So let's dive straight into this explainer. If you've been paying any attention to the software development space lately, you know AI is making a massive shift. We're no longer just talking about a simple chat window open in a browser tab. No way. We're talking about a complete engineering playbook. This is all about scaling from a basic interactive assistant to fully automated team infrastructure. We are literally talking about rewiring how your engineering teams operate from the ground up.
Welcome to our deep dive into mastering Claude Code. In this explainer, we're going to break down exactly how to take this incredible tool and just weave it into the very fabric of your software lifecycle. It's all about making that leap from a conversational buddy to a robust, automated enterprise infrastructure that scales across your entire organization.
All right, here's our roadmap for today. We're going on a quick, progressive journey. 1. From assistant to infrastructure. 2. Out-of-the-box power. 3. Mastering your daily workflows. 4. Context and custom tools. And finally, number 5, scaling AI for teams. Simple as that. Let's get into it.
Starting off with Section 1, from assistant to infrastructure. Let's talk about bringing this absolute powerhouse of a tool directly into your terminal environment. Getting it set up is surprisingly simple. You just run a global npm install, literally just npm install-g at anthropic-ai/Claude Code. But honestly, that single command is your very first step toward becoming a truly AI-native organization. By pulling Claude right into your command line, you're placing it right next to your compiler, your Git repo, and your local files. No more copying and pasting back and forth between windows. The AI is, well, it's living inside the house now.
Which brings us to Section 2, out-of-the-box power. Now that it's living in your local environment, what kind of momentum can you actually build on day one?
The sheer breadth of what it can do right after installation is honestly incredible. We're talking direct bash execution, meaning it can actually run terminal commands for you. It can list, read, and write files. It can fetch from the web, search the web, look at your to-dos, and even spin up its own sub-agents. It's not just spitting out text anymore, guys. It is taking autonomous action right there in the safety of your local environment. The real game changer here is how things like parallel sub-agents or instant file searching just dramatically accelerate your development speed. Think about it. You hit a weird error block. Instead of you manually grepping through endless directories, Claude uses file search to find the exact logs, uses web fetch to grab the latest docs for your framework, and autonomously proposes a solution. All of that happens in seconds, literally seconds.
Moving on to Section 3, mastering your daily workflows. So you have it installed, you know the tools, but how does this actually change your day-to-day coding?
Well, you've got to understand what we call the fix loop. This is a complete shift in how you troubleshoot. Instead of that old manual, linear slog, the fix loop is cyclical. Claude explores the root cause, comes up with a plan, asks you to confirm it, writes the actual code, and then commits the fix. Your role completely shifts. You go from being the primary typist to being the reviewer and the approver.
It acts as this tireless, active participant in all of your iterative cycles. So whether that's the fix loop we just talked about, or a test-driven development loop where it writes tests, commits, and iterates until those tests pass, red to green, or, and this is super cool, a UI loop. You can actually ask Claude to implement a mock image, take a screenshot using Puppeteer, and just iterate over and over until the actual UI matches the design perfectly.
Of course, when the AI moves that fast, you need to navigate quickly too. And mastering the keyboard shortcuts becomes second nature. Hitting Shift plus Tab to auto-accept edits, or just typing an exclamation point to instantly drop into bash mode, that keeps your hands on the keyboard and keeps you totally locked in that flow state. Oh, and you can also use the @ symbol to instantly pull a specific file or folder right into Claude's context.
Also, a quick fun fact. I absolutely love that the engineering team snuck in a /vibe Easter egg. You know, just to keep things lighthearted amidst all this heavy technical lifting. If you're ever feeling bogged down by a massive refactor, just type /vibe into the terminal. I won't spoil what happens, but it's a really great reminder that, hey, software engineering can still be fun.
All right, let's jump into Section 4, context and custom tools. Because an AI is really only as smart as the context you provide it, right?
Claude comes with this incredibly dynamic active memory. By pulling in local files, say typing @foo.py, and adding your project-specific markdown commands, you're lazily tuning the context on demand. Both your user-level commands and the project root commands funnel straight into that central memory core. This means Claude actually gets smarter and more tailored to your specific code base the more you use it.
And you can push this so much further. You aren't stuck with just what it knows out of the box. You can teach it to use your own custom internal CLI tools, like say you have a proprietary barley command for checking error logs. Or even better, you can attach an MCP, a Model Context Protocol server. That lets Claude fully automate internal reporting using the exact same internal tools your human engineers use every single day.
Now, this right here is where we make a massive pivot. We're talking about moving from using Claude as a conversational chat partner to using it as headless, non-interactive infrastructure. Interactive chat is fantastic for brainstorming for sure, but non-interactive, Unix piping, that is where the real automation magic happens. The absolutely crucial takeaway is that when you treat the SDK like a fundamental Unix utility, the possibilities are basically boundless. Imagine literally piping raw Git status output straight into the Claude SDK. You toss it a prompt like, "What are my changes?" and tell it to output in JSON. Then you pipe that output right into JQ to parse it. You're chaining advanced AI reasoning directly into your everyday command line pipes. It's brilliant.
Which brings us perfectly to our final section, number 5, scaling AI for teams. Because at the end of the day, a tool is only truly powerful when the entire team is aligned on how to leverage it. The whole motto here is build once, use everywhere. You configure your permissions, your custom slash commands, your MCP servers. You do all of that just once at the enterprise level. And then it cascades perfectly downward, from the enterprise policy down to global user settings, right into the local project files. That guarantees total consistency across, say, hundreds of engineers.
It's a beautifully structured hierarchy. This full inheritance matrix maps out exactly how memory, slash commands, permissions, and servers are all layered. Your enterprise policy locks down the fundamental, non-negotiable permissions in policies.json. Then your project shared level dictates the available context right there in the claude.md file. So it stays highly secure but incredibly customizable. Now, to simplify that whole matrix, just keep this rule of thumb in mind. Global settings, which live in your home directory, apply to everything you do, perfect for your own personal coding quirks and styles. On the flip side, project-level files live in the project root, meaning those specific guidelines get checked right into your Git repo. So when a brand new hire clones the repo, they instantly inherit all the AI context they need. They are ready to contribute on day one.
And because it acts as a CLI tool, you are no longer bottlenecked by a single browser window. You can launch multiple parallel agents across totally separate terminal tabs. You can branch into isolated Git work trees, run headless remote executions over SSH, or even embed it directly into your CI/CD pipelines with GitHub Actions. Just picture having 3 parallel AI agents brainstorming a service cleanup while you step away to grab a coffee. Mind-blowing, right? By integrating the Claude Code SDK this deeply into your architecture, you've officially leveled up. You've gone from a Padawan to a full-blown Jedi. You aren't just manually chatting with the API anymore, you are actively building your own agentic applications on top of the SDK. You are scripting the AI to do your exact bidding at massive scale.
So, looking at your own software lifecycle right now, and looking at all this incredible automation we've just explored, the tools to shift from a basic chat assistant to a fully automated parallel team infrastructure are sitting right there in your hands. The AI is officially ready to scale. The only question left is, are you ready to let it?